Houston, say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there guys, so we're into episode 11 and, well, open gameplay part 11. I thought I would capture using the Elgato instead of straight from the PS4 so I could chit chat. There's been a lot of questions about this particular set of footage that I've been posting up with Arcania, and I thought I'd just chit chat away, do a bit of a let's play stroke, answer some questions type thing. So we're on our way to Tushu, which on our map is way up here. We did run around these other areas in the last open gameplays. Tushu's now a brand new area, so it's a good place for me to chit chat while we're on our way. The game itself is a massive improvement on the ports that went to PS3 and Xbox 360. I played them on both. I played it on the 360 first, and I loved it so much that I eventually bought it on the PS3 when they finally made a PS3 version. And I loved it on that as well. There was a lot of texture and screen popping issues, and graphically the game in places looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the world, for me, the world actually looks more gorgeous than Skyrim in places. You know, the trees move, the weather system's frequent, you know, the rain comes and goes, the sunshine comes and goes, and the clouds, and the, you know, there's a lot, they've covered a lot of ground with this game. To some extent, for the time it was built, it was pushing the boundaries of what they were trying to do as a small studio. So I mean, I kind of get, I can see the beauty in this game, but likewise you can see the odd ugly bit here and there, you know. So, but you take it for what it is. You know, it's a smaller developer. It's never going to compete with the massive AAA titles. It's not trying to either. You know, it's trying to be its own little animal. It really is an old school kind of PC RPG, and this is a direct port of the PC version. These circles here, by the way, which I never display. Well, I never used them in the open gameplays to let you see what they are. They are teleports, so you have to find the partner for each teleport, and usually there's a partner at the beginning of an area and a partner at the end of the area, so it saves you having to run all the way back. I tend not to use them very much because I like to fight as much as I can to power up. I'm playing this on normal. A few people asked me what level I was playing it on. I have completed it on the hardest difficulty on PS3, so. But I thought I would just enjoy it in a quick run through because I have The Witcher ready to play, and there we go, a few walls here. So I have The Witcher ready to play, and I don't want to spend a huge amount of time on this at the minute because I want to come back and, well, I'll come back to it and play it maybe in a year's time on the hardest difficulty and enjoy it fully again. As you've seen, you know, every creature drops something, in this case fangs and such like. There is alchemy and weapon crafting and such like in this game, but I don't do a huge amount with it. I tend to only do them because it gets rid of the crafting symbol on the screen. No other reason really. And later on in the game, if I remember rightly, on the PS3 version, later on I did start crafting some sort of liquids that I could drink that would make me more powerful and more resistant and pick up my regen of mana and health and such like. Just for interest's sake, we are heading towards on the top right you can see the little map, and there's a little white dot on it. Now that's our task in hand at the minute. You can go into the quests area, and most quests will let you click. I say that now, I can't find one that'll let you do it, but there you go. You can remove highlights. I've highlighted Tushu there. You can remove the highlight with square. Some things obviously you've got to find, so it won't let you highlight it, but for the main part you can highlight most of them, so you know where to go, generally speaking. And I just clicked the wrong button there, which is why that popped up on the screen. Haven't unlocked that yet. So Tushu, as I say, it's a brand new area, so it's a boggy type area, as I remember. Lots of horrible new creatures to battle with. The sound effects in this game are fantastic as well. Hear all the crickets and the wildlife in the background. Lots of caves to explore. The caves are quite windy as well. They're not the size of Skyrim. You know, in Skyrim you could disappear for a day in a cave. not so much in this game, but they are pretty windy. There's still plenty to have a look about and find. There's some weird stuff as well. I think in one of the open gameplays you see me sit down and play some drums for no other reason than you can. Seemed a bit odd. So here you go. You can see a little red circle coming up here. That's a little quest we're heading to. The road to Tushu. I think it's called Tushu, if I remember rightly. I'm going to blow up this wall, I think. Oh, I didn't know I had it in me. Whoa! The hell? Bloody caves, a boss fight! Let's hope we're strong enough now. Come on, big fella. I think we used some magic on him. This is a... No, we're out of that now. Back to the boat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Most fights you can kind of get around by keeping your distance and getting some headshots in. I've upgraded the bow with more power, and there was I think got to a certain point where I could get... Whoa. I do have a little rune that makes me run faster if I get into trouble. And it's in the bottom menu there in the... You'll notice when I hit the bumper button, like now, you'll see the little D-pad becomes more open with more options. There he goes. Okay, so that looked relatively simple, but obviously I've been playing for a bit now and we've powered up a little bit. And that's the... I think we meet a lot more of those later on, actually, those stone trolls or whatever they're called. It's been quite a while since I've done a chit-chat on a game playthrough. I think it's become too easy just to post it straight from PlayStation. It's quite nice to get back on the Turtle Beach headset here and record through Elgato for you. So I think I've answered most questions that have come through YouTube. In the main part, people are asking, you know, is it a monumental graphic difference? Yes, it is. Is it 1080p? Yes, it is. Is it the smoothest 1080p I've ever seen? They've aimed for 60 frames per second, and when you view this back, it probably looks fine when I'm panning around, but on the big screen I'm playing on, it's like a tiniest of jutters, you know, it doesn't quite smoothly flow like you would on The Last of Us or something like that, where the 60 frames per second is just gloriously smooth. Not quite as good as that, but if you can... It's probably in comparison to the PS... I haven't played the PC one, but... Oh, yeah, cutscene. I think it compares pretty heavily with the PC one. As I'm told it's a direct port of that.
What was that?
Cutscenes aren't what it's known for, really.
Shh. My blade is sharp. Can you feel it?
Huh? What do you want?
To talk about a temple here in the mountains. You do want to talk, right?
Well, there you go. That's a good example, actually. Those cutscenes in the PS3 and Xbox versions were absolutely awful for screen. I mean, they just screen tore everywhere. And although they're not the greatest in the world cutscene-wise, they were very smooth there, and they didn't have any problems. So you can tell the power of these machines is much easier for them to be coping with it. I mean, it's a big area. We'll go inside this tree. Very elf-like feel to it, actually, when you go in there. It's a great little area, this, actually. Lots of little tasks to do, and speak to this guy.
Stranger, listen to me.
What is it?
I protect this place. Before anybody helps you in here, you need to prove to me that you're ready to do something for Blackwater. Those are the rules.
Who lays down such rules?
I do.
All right, what do you want me to do?
The lurkers around here have been a constant nuisance.
Destroy their nests and bring me their eggs as proof. You can find me in the Swamp Lily. Just head for the largest hut in the settlement.
Where can I find lurker nests?
Northeast of Tushu, there should be at least half a dozen of their nests. Look around there.
Okay, there we go. So we don't get quite the freedom we need in the village until we do that quest for him. I don't know if I remember rightly. So that's the first thing we've got to do. Let's talk to a few other people.
Welcome to Blackwater, stranger. Good to see a new customer.
Blackwater? Am I not in Tushu?
Yes, stranger. You are. The large tree over there is Tushu. But the area around it is called Blackwater.
I need to speak with the mages.
You should talk to Jelana. She's the keeper of the roots and knows every mage in Tushu. Up the stairs leading into the tree. Just climb up the stairs leading into the tree. She must be up there somewhere.
What do you think of Laborus?
He's tense, he's self-righteous and conceited, plainly annoying. A wretch.
Do you fear Laborus?
Fear isn't the right word. It's just impossible to speak with the bastard. All these laws and principles, it's all he knows. My lousy life's based on compromise.
That's the lousiest part of living in a swamp, then, is it?
What are Laborus's laws?
No violence, no smuggling, no swamp weed, no alcohol.
No alcohol?
Dang.
What?
How should it be? I need to do business!
What do you think of the mages?
It'd be good if they supported the simple people around here just a bit. But they keep themselves to themselves.
Yeah, nobody ever likes the mages, do they? Okay, so some people you can trade with by pressing square instead of X. You'll have seen, if you've watched some of the other playthroughs, I have gone into the menu to try and show it off. Inventory is really good, actually. You can move stuff around, which is quite nice. Obviously, the items on the left here are things I can buy. Items on the right are the things that I possess. At the moment, I don't have a lot in there, because I think I sold quite a few bits on the last playthrough I was on. So you've got melee weapons, ranged weapons. I've stuck with the bow, although I do have a slightly more powerful crossbow. I have more arrows for the bow, so I've stuck with it. Every so often you get loads of rings and braces and that sort of stuff. When it comes to armor and helmets, they're slightly more rare. The armors you tend to only get when you finish an area, and they're a gift from the people you've helped. So the armor I'm wearing now was from Stuart for helping them, and you get to choose a light armor, a medium armor, or a heavy armor, depending on how you want to play. I'm playing as a kind of half bow, half sword person, so I've stuck with a medium type armor. I suppose the lighter ones if you want to be a mage. It's the usual in RPG, really. Consumable wise, I always end up in this game with a shit ton of consumables that I never use. But, you know, you start off with things like apples and pears and carrots and things that give you minute types of health, and then you can mix up your own fluids and such like. But a lot of these potions give you some really uber stuff, and I always forget to use them. You can map them to the D-pad menu on the down at the bottom left-hand side that we see in gameplay that I showed you before. There are your ingredients for mixing herbs and all that sort of malarkey. Quest items, we don't have any of at the minute. And you start off with magic. You can use magic scrolls, but in the end you'll probably just end up leveling up the magic abilities in the skill tree. The skill tree itself is pretty simple, but it's really addictive because I've been working on discipline, which is more for sword and health, and precision's kind of more for the range type stuff. So my bow and my sword have got quite a bit on them. I've tried to now start leveling up the magic because that really helps you out from distance as well. So I've done a fair bit of Serenity, which I think's a lightning type one. And then I think Zeal's more of a flame one possibly, but I only just unlocked that. You'll notice though, when you go for the magics, like one of them might be fire, but it may well give you a different. Like one gives you mana regeneration and fire, the other one gives you actual mana and mana regeneration. So, and another gives you magic power increases. So it's not just a case of picking fire and whatever. You've got to think about which of the ones, the subclasses, if you like, that you want, like the magic power or the magic, or the mana regeneration or whatever. So you might want to dabble in a number of these trees rather than just go for one all out, which is quite a nice way of doing it, I think. And the reason, there's the stealth one, which I haven't bothered with at all in any of. So let's have another. Well, he told us someone was in the tree. Let's go and have a look in the tree. I'm one of these people that tends to play. I'll go and talk to as many people as I can, and then go off and do the missions. There we go. There's a portal for you to see opening up. So that's the first. That possibly take us back to. That's 2-1. I can't remember if that takes us back to where we've just come from. I suspect it does. We'll try it again. We'll try it later. See what this lady's got to say. Here's another thing I don't get. You can use the lecterns, but you quite literally just stand there and read. It doesn't give you anything. It's just the motion of reading like she's doing now.